Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Batman Arkham City Wave Ra's al Ghul, the mentor to Mr. Bruce Wayne, and I think to an extent Bane and Slade Wilson, right? Maybe that's a more recent thing, but either way, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, and at this point is the only Ra's al Ghul in the line, but hey, we're getting characters like Ambush Bug, Ragman, Clock King, and gosh darn it, who else? There's some other oddballs out there. Animal Man, although even I know who Animal Man is, and Clock King for that matter, but either way, plenty of obscure characters for your ass there. So, with that being said, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into meat and taters of this review and take a look, see it all Mr. Ra's al Ghul has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with his katana sword, or his League of Assassins sword. Assume he uses this in the game to fight you. But, there you go. Very nice. It's pretty, it's gummy, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna lose its shape over time. That said, we also have a collectible trading card with a bio on the back, which if you don't know who Ra's al Ghul is, I won't judge you too hard. He is a little bit more obscure of a character if you're not into DC like I am. So, a closer look at Mr. Ghul, or Al Ghul, whatever. Does have the hockey puck display stand racing with all McFarlane Toys releases. And some crazy Hugh Jackman Wolverine hair shit going on. What is that? Either way, whether you like the head sculpt or not, this figure's sculpt is decent. I just don't like the way the joints are cut. He's got his cool little dragon tattoo on that side. Nothing on that side. He's got the armor, which I think would look better with some paint. If you wanted to, you can actually put the sword in this little loop there. I'll actually do that now. Just lift it up and slip this in, and it can rest at his side. I think that's pretty cool. So as far as articulation on this guy goes, his head will rotate side to side. Can't really look up very well. Actually, I take that back. He's looking up pretty good. Yeah, he looks up pretty good. All that hair. He almost has a George C. Scott looking face, if you really think about it. But he can look down a little bit. He can tilt quite a bit. Shoulders will go out, back down, rotate forward and back. He does have that cap thing in there, but you're not going to get a lot out of it. Bicep swivel, double elbow. Not too bad. Ball hinge wrists that can rotate, hinge, and rotate. Torso will move about this far forward and that far back. So not the best range. I think he's got like the rubber or the PVC kind of tube going up in there. That's why he's able to get so much range. Let me see. Yeah, it's definitely the tube and not like the ball hinge joint. But you do get some rotation out of that. You do get a little bit of tilt. Hips can kick out about that far when you don't have the sword stored on them. Can kick forward and back pretty well. Thigh cut, non-existent. Double knee. Now that's some Cliffs of Dover level shit right there. Those are pretty bad as far as how they're cut. Then he's got a ball hinge foot that can rotate, hinge, pivot, and he's got the toe joint there. So, very cool figure. I like it. But he's not my favorite of the wave. My favorite of the wave is coming up next, actually, tomorrow to be exact, so stay tuned for that. But I like him. For a Ra's al Ghul, it's fine, especially one from the Arkham games, but I would really like to see a traditional looking one or something more along the lines of Batman the Animated Series, because you can't beat Mr. David Warner as a Ra's al Ghul, can ya? So with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Ra's al Ghul alongside a couple other characters from this Batman Arkham City wave. We have the Penguin, whack, and the Dark Knight himself, Batman. And I think Ra's scales quite nicely with these two. I kind of like him being taller than Batman, and of course they're both going to be taller than Mr. Oswald Cobblepot there, so getting them out of the way. So we can make room for our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Manibelith, which, if you're wondering if this figure is going to be Mythic Legion's adjacent, maybe with a lot of paint, but probably not as is. That said, we also have the infamous 11 Spawn, who is probably about neck and neck with good old Ra's al Ghul here, especially if we count the Hugh Jackman Wolverine-esque hair of his. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the lack of range and straight up just how the joints are cut on good old Ra's al Ghul here, I mean, seriously, look at the cliffs of Dover on those knees, man. I think that deserves an encore of on top of the fact that the head sculpt isn't for everyone. I mean, it doesn't bother me personally, but I can completely understand why some people just ain't feeling it. I will say, though, if you put this guy with the rest of the Arkham City collection, I think he fits just fine. Could he have been better? Yes, but could he have been worse? Since we're talking about McFarlane toys here, probably yes. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.